See you over there in the monitor?
I'm literally hot.
Do you see? No, you're literally hot. Like, damn. What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Brittany, and we're the News Tribe. We're bringing you the new and real.
It is here.
It is real.
The time has come.
And it is rugged.
The poet and the pendulum. That's right, guys. We are doing Nightwish, the poet and the pendulum. Official live, because that's what we were asked to do. But guys, we have heard about this song since we have discovered Nightwish. We went through a couple of You're Not Worthy sections.
Yep.
We had to get through a little bit of Nightwishology. Now we feel like we're ready to take on,
We had to pass some tests.
yes, the song that is the poet and the pendulum. But before we do that, guys, hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell so you know when we drop that next Nightwish-ish that y'all love.
That's right. So, guys, normally we'd be jumping through hoops right now. There'd be pyro in the background. We'd both be doing this, but we're going to actually please the haters this time because this is such a long song. We're going to go ahead and let's get straight to it. Can't wait no more. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah. You want some of this? Oh, do it again. Do it again.
It's the
do it
poet
again.
and the pendulum. And I think it was good.
I just wife swapped with Dr. Phil. Or wait, like Dr. Phil. Damn it. All right, guys, here we go. Finally, it is Nightwish.
The poet and the pendulum.
You hear that in the background?
Wow.
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 Damn. So that's like, that's up there. That's
Yes.
like operatic.
Exactly.
Like, so we've yet to see anybody in the band. We're getting and down at the bottom of this, it says part 1, the white lands of empathica. I can't help but notice empath in that word.
I know, I did too.
So what we're getting is the songwriter's dead,
Yep.
and he's being taken to
His end.
the white sands or lands of empathica, which would be where maybe the empaths go, people that feel too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is this somewhere that you like heaven,
Like
or
heaven,
would
yeah.
it be somewhere like hell? Because keep in mind, you know, being an empath myself, it
can be a
it
curse
can be
and a blessing.
hell. You know what I mean? Feeling as much as you do. So obviously we don't know yet. It's only 58 seconds into the song, but I can see it going either way. You know
And
what
I
mean?
love how we don't see them yet, but we hear.
Oh yeah, it's like a build.
The big entrance.
Yes, it's like a build without a build.
And they started with the end, but yet come in with that big of an entrance.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. They begin with the end.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll take it back a little bit.
Wow. So cinematic.
go. Wow. Damn. Whoa.
Okay.
Holy shit. Now this.
Okay.
Okay, so we went from here
Yes.
to fucking here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
I feel
to
like
hear-
we're about to go on the most epic roller coaster of emotion.
yeah.
But
So-
with the metal almost contradicting how dark some of these.
Yeah,
Even though they're using some beautiful vocabulary with it.
Yeah, it's
the way that they are putting the words together.
Well, we've got
Which is being a human.
Yes.
Emotions. You know, a lot of people will say that negative emotions are, negative. And that, they don't want to feel those. And that wouldn't be being human, though.
Yes.
Being human is a balance in life. You have to have the highs and the lows to get you where you're supposed to go on your road.
Yeah.
It teaches you your lessons. It gets, being with the wrong people gets you to the right people.
Yes.
Kind of thing. You get what I'm saying?
so this is okay. So we switched into part 2, and it's obviously written in a story format. We
Right.
know that much. You know what I mean? It's telling a tale, and
Yes.
it being Nightwish, there's a good chance that everything's not going to be what it seems.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Which that's what I love.
So a widowed writer torn apart by chains of hell, and they started with the songwriters. The songwriters dead.
yeah.
So obviously our main character or person in this is the songwriter,
Yes.
and a widow
Who's
writer.
speaking to us as they're writing right now.
Absolutely, and just like I was saying before, a empath, somebody that feels as much as they do.
Yes.
It can be hell sometimes.
Yes.
And anytime you have to deal with those kind of emotions, you know what I mean? You get a lot of self. I don't want to say loathing. That's a kind of a strong word, but you get a lot of conflicting emotions
Yes.
inside. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because me as an empath, I like being able to feel as deeply as I do. It makes me who I am. It makes me creative.
Yes.
It makes me, be able to use that and turn it into energy. But
They can be
it can also feel like
overwhelming.
hell.
Yes, it can be overwhelming. It can be heavy. It can be a
Yes.
burden on our daily life, especially with the way the world is today and how it expects so much of us.
And then the next one we got, I just want to make sure we don't miss anything, one last perfect verse. So he's preparing to die.
It's still the same old song.
He's either preparing to die or
Right.
he's looking at it like he has already died.
Right.
Which is
or
kind
he's
of
had the best of the best.
which is kind of what I'm picking up.
so
yeah.
he would rather die.
Yes. So I'm looking at it like he's metaphorically died, as in
Yes.
this is the last perfect verse. He's no longer going to be a poet. He's no longer
Yes.
going to be a songwriter.
That part of
for
him,
whatever reason.
Yes, that part of him has been crushed. It's died inside. He doesn't.
Absolutely.
He doesn't find his inspiration. He doesn't find his. Like he's my inspiration in
Yes.
life. And if I didn't have him, it would be a very, very dark world. You can be inspired to write about your challenges, your darknesses, your struggles in life too, though. I've seen a lot of great artists do that, and that actually helps them get through it, actually.
Absolutely. Guys, if you hear my dog barking in the background, the kids are outside playing in the hose, and she is freaking out, so you'll have to just don't mind her, please.
Yes.
Still the same old song. Christ, how I hate what I have.
There's that self-loathe.
Take me on. Get away, run away, fly away, lead me astray. To dream outside away. I can't cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I can't die. I a heart for the cold world. Forgive me, remember two faces, one for the world and one for God. Save me. I can't cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I can't die. I a heart for the cold world.
Wow, so there's a whole lot of aggression.
Oh, yes.
It went from self-loathing to I cannot cry because the shoulder cries more.
Yeah,
so,
like you need a shoulder to cry on.
But you can't get your emotions out because everybody else's emotions are more. Everybody else's bullshit's bigger than yours.
Yes.
You're the empath. Empaths know that that's kind of how it goes. We feel everybody else's
very
pain.
sacrificial.
We feel everybody
type of
else's
vibe.
pain. Yes, absolutely. I a whore for the cold world. He has two faces.
Yes.
So basically, what he puts out, it to the world isn't necessarily the person he feels.
No,
You know what I
but
mean?
an empath, I know this because I am one as well.
Because you do have to hide it.
Yes, you will never put out your true emotions because you never want to hurt another person because it's going to hurt you. That's just how it works.
Absolutely.
And
if
because
you
you
do
feel everything,
and
even if it's justified.
If you do hurt another person, like God forbid, like an empath has to, cut off a family member,
Yes.
or something like that. You lose a best friend,
Yes.
whatever. That is going to devastate them.
Yes.
Even if, like she said, it was justified, it's going to devastate because you're going to feel your pain and you're going to feel their pain because you're not going to be able to help but feel, that
Yes.
you caused their pain, whether
Right.
it was justified or not. So, and you got to be careful with that kind of self-negative talk
Yes.
because whether he's playing like actually dead right here and is metaphorically or not,
Yes.
Those kind of words can lead to action.
Destruction.
Yes, it can lead to negativity of that
Yes.
magnitude in your life.
Yes, because what you put out, like, especially with energy, like words, writing down, stuff like that, thinking, you do all three and it amplifies it even
Absolutely.
more. You do that and it's the law of attraction. It's just the way that the laws of the universe work. It's science. What you put out, you're going to get back. And we've been through this in our life. That's why we can speak
Yes.
on it. And we knew that the more we stress, the more we worry, the more we're sad, depressed, all this stuff, you spiral into even a darker,
Bigger.
Yes,
The
because
hole
I've
gets
been through
deeper.
depression. I've been through it, and I dug myself out of it, and I said I would never do it again. And that's why we preach so much positivity on this channel.
So, in this situation, going along the storyline, of course, what she was talking about is, in real life, you've got to keep trucking on because it does get better, that sort of
Yes.
thing. But in this story right here, I don't know if it's going to get better.
And they
because
might-
the direction he's going is really dark. All right, we're still in part 2.
My home was there and there, those meadows of adventure-filled days, one with every smiling face. These no more words, thoughts from a severed head. No more praise, tell me once my heart goes right.
Woohoo!
Holy shit, okay. So there was his home was in
He's
better
going
times.
back and forth.
His home was in better times,
Yes,
is what he's saying.
Yes.
You know, where he's at now, it isn't. That
No.
home is no more.
Yes.
So
Empaths will also feel the desire. They will seek a home that's not always here. They feel like they are from a faraway planet because of, like he said, the cold world, and where the world just is in their vibration and in their conditioning and stuff like that. So when you feel like you do have a person and, you know, outside of the crazy world,
Yeah.
and they do you, you know, wrong, or you lose that person or whatever, that can feel like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because love is the most powerful drug. It really is.
Absolutely.
And it can
that's
make
what-
you feel alive, but it can also make you feel like you want to die.
and that's where we're at. I mean, because if you look at the lyrics, he's got those
He's reminiscing.
Those you know, his past, you know, was his heaven.
Yes.
That he was there. He was one with every smiling face. He had adventure in his life.
Yep.
He had love. He had friendship. He had all that he looked for. And
he
now
considered that heaven.
exactly. And now he doesn't want any kind of praise
Nope.
to him because in the state he's in, he knows that he cannot handle it.
Yep.
And the only way that, you know, he'll accept any more kind of praise or good thoughts, because you know, let's keep in mind, we're going to take this back into real life, you know, in that situation, when you're in that kind of spiral, you know, the whole it'll get better, you know, things aren't as bad as what they seem, you know, keep your head up, those really don't mean shit to that person while they're in there. So he's saying, tell me these when my heart gets better.
Yep.
You know, so right now I'm seeing the one flicker of the flame that he might not be actually wanting to die or
Right.
dead in the first place, because he
Right.
mentions when my heart gets better.
Yes.
So is he anticipating that his heart gets better, or is he anticipating maybe transitioning to another life? I don't know.
Right, and it seems like he's seeking solitude so he can be alone with
Which you
these
need.
thoughts, yes, and with these feelings, because an empath will feel like nobody can understand anyways.
Okay, guys, it looks like we're still in part 2, home. So let's go and see what part 3 is like.
Oh, please tell me once my heart goes right, and take me home. Get away, run away, fly away, lead me astray to dreamers hideaway. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die, I hope for the cold ground. Robbing green, the other two faces, one for the world, and one for God save me. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die, I hope for the cold world, hope for the cold world, hope for the cold world.
Wow.
Right.
We're going into part 3 right now.
Yes.
Look at those graphics.
I love it. Water.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yep.
So he relates to water.
Water signs. okay, the keyboard is the guy that plays the keyboard. He is the one that writes the songs, right? Composes and writes the songs.
Is it the keyboard? I know his name's
Tomas.
Tomas. Don't kill me if I pronounced it wrong.
It would be Thomas in America. So.
But
Maybe.
yeah, and obviously, when you're as good a writer as what he obviously is, because
Yes.
this right here, I've never in my life heard a metal song,
No.
any song for that matter,
No.
take you through stages like this. And we're just now on part 3. Like, my nips are straight up
Yeah.
rocket right now. I had
know.
so many goosebumps
I have
when she
goosies
sang
on my soul.
when she sang that. Okay, so right there with the I feel like this right here is him dying. I feel like this is him
wash
giving
me
in.
away.
This
Yes.
is him giving in. This is him,
Or maybe asking
Giving
for it
up.
to wash him away.
like giving up. He's
Water
find-
can be very cleansing.
He
though.
finds beauty. He wants to be left. Tuck him in beneath the beauty.
Yes.
I find
Of the
I relate
aquamarine
to
waterfall.
That's what I was gonna say. I relate to the water. I'm a double water sign. I'm at home near water. That's where I'm the
also
happiest.
a dominant water sign.
And I can't help but to feel like that's where he wants his death, or that's where he wants to be placed after he's died. I myself want to be, sprinkled in the ocean.
Right.
As far as when I go.
Right.
Now
This might be also a symbolic death.
I think it
because
is.
I do shower meditations.
I think it is.
And I meditate and I wash away all the negative energy that has been stored on my body, and I watch it. I don't visualize it. I watch it go down the drain and spiral down the drain and say bye-bye to it. It truly will, what's the word? Like, kind
Renew?
of balance, yes,
Yeah.
the energies.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, okay, so part 3 is the title is the Pacific, so we do
Okay.
got the water part right. I
Yes.
mean, the graphics in the
Yes.
background kind of gave that away. I mean, sparkle my scenery, tuck me in beneath the blue, swaying. See, the swaying blade, my lullaby makes me think that it is the death.
Yes.
Because you got the
and
pendulum.
he welcomes it.
You
It's
got
his lullaby
yes.
to sleep.
Right.
Yes.
That's his time to rest. Death is
yeah.
the only way he's going to be able to rest, get
Right.
away from this emotion, get away from this pain, this torment,
Yes.
whatever it is that's tormenting him. I don't know if you've seen in the beginning
I
the
did.
thing swinging. That is
Yes.
a pendulum. It is a blade of sorts. It
Right.
could be, but that's
Right.
what he's referring to right here,
Exactly.
in my opinion. So I'm going to take it back and I'm going to
Well,
let
and
it play
also
some
that
more.
could be symbolism for, cutting off his mental from his heart.
Absolutely.
So
Trying
he's
to
not
reset.
tormented by his mind and these thoughts
Trying
and these
to
memories
reset.
anymore.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. I think that's probably more where it's going. I don't think that it should. And I could be completely wrong. I don't think that we're going to deal with a complete death.
Yeah.
As far as in the physical, I think, but. I don't want there to be any kind of downplay there, because a
Right.
metaphorical death can be just as
Ah,
bad for the person
yes.
dealing with it. So let's not, I don't want to be reamed in the
not,
comments.
If not worse, because you
Absolutely.
actually have to pull yourself through that
and then you
find
have to
an
come back through it,
understanding.
and then exactly.
And you have to go through a rebirth, and as magical as that sounds, it's
Yeah.
actually very painful to go
Yeah.
through those transformations,
said.
to spread your wings, the
Well
metamorphosis
said.
of life. I've been through many.
Well said, Britain the Pendulum. Her voice.
He's feeling some type of way.
On the shore we sat and talked under the same pale moon, whose guiding light chose you all.
Wow. Wow.
I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone.
Holy shit.
Yes.
First of all, I'm in love with this song.
Part 4, Dark Passion Play. Okay.
I'm this is nuts, man. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
Yeah.
Like it's hard.
I love the
it's hard
different-
to to
Yeah.
say that because it is very dramatic and
Yes.
you know it's a roller coaster of
I
emotions.
love the
but
different transformations
yeah.
because that is the whole process
as
of,
an artist and
of emotion.
Yes, and a songwriter
Period.
myself back in the day, this I wouldn't even compare to this kind of level, but being able to create something this
Yes.
complex,
Yes.
like it's got my tongue tied, is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it is ridiculous. So now we're dealing with Dark Passion Play. I love how they brought. Oh, what's his name? I'm missing his name now. This guy here, the one that I like so much when he sings.
Yes, the one that sings with Floor all the time.
Yes,
we
I
talk
can't
about him all the time.
I usually remember his name, but my mind's blank right now. So he's saying that the death happened,
Yes,
or
and
at
the
least
crow is feasting.
or at least in his mind it's gonna happen,
Yes.
or it has happened, and everybody's gonna rejoice, and the world's gonna be a better place without
Right.
you.
The crows are a symbolism for death.
Yes.
For what is it? A murder.
A
or
murder of
something?
crows is
Yes.
actually multiple crows together. So.
Yes.
Everyone must bury their own. To break the berry, the heart of stone. Now he's in hell, serves him well. Straight for the bell, darling thrice farewell. Morning dawned upon his altar. The means of the dark passion play. Performed by his friends without shame. Spinning on his grave as they came. Get away, run away, fly away, leave me astray. To dreamers hide away. I cannot cry 'cause the shoulder cries for I cannot die. I am hard for the gold world. Forgive me, I have but two faces, one for the world and one for God. Save me. I cannot cry 'cause the shoulder cries for I cannot die. I am hard for the cold world, hard for the cold world, hard for the cold.
Today, in the year of our Lord 2005, Tuamus was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
It's a heartbeat. It's slowing down. He's dying.
Love the cinematics.
He's dead. Mother and father.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe reunited with his maker.
Okay. So they mentioned Tomas. All right. So
I knew he was feeling some type of way. I could tell especially when it slowed down in the specific parts.
Absolutely.
When it got very, very, very personal and very, very emotional in a
Yeah.
very more sad, vulnerable way instead of anger. You know.
Absolutely. Well, you felt in the Dark Passion Play, especially there in the end. I don't know if it was two opposing forces,
Right.
or if it was just all one, end. And
Right.
and I can't help but feel like it was in his mind inflicted by everyone else.
Right.
Or by someone else,
Yes.
and rather than himself, or caused him to inflict it to himself
Yes.
by everyone else, which
Right.
is a big possibility.
Because he might feel like he doesn't belong in this world because there isn't anybody that can love to his
But his
to
friends,
his extent.
spit on his grave as he walked by.
Yeah, that can understand him and his depth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So we got the death. There was a death, an actual death.
Yes.
And I love how they tied in him as the songwriter. He's the
Yes.
songwriter of Nightwish. Found him with a pen and 1,000 pages with erased words, so nobody knows really what he wrote.
Yep.
Man, that's deep. Let's see what Mother and Father go.
Mystery. Maybe him being reunited with his source. Water again.
Holy shit. So,
That one got me a little bit.
all right. I take it as a goodbye from his mother and father.
Yeah.
I take it as an actual goodbye. He died, and they didn't realize, obviously, when he became so cold. As far as you can take that literal from his body, and after he's been gone, you can take it as
His heart.
because he was an empath, and they are rarely cold.
Turned off his emotions
And
because he couldn't handle them anymore.
absolutely, and
They
in a
destroyed him.
metaphorical death, in this sense, you know, search for your beauty in the oceans, on the beach, in the water, in your heaven, basically, where you want to end up.
Said that oceans are within everyone, basically. That there is, you know, life within everyone. And I think it was part 3 when there was water again. She ended with talking about how they sat under the on the shore, you know, under the pale blue
Yes,
moon.
the sun, the
And
moon.
she ended
yes.
it with the one that we all, you know, the one that the light shines on all of us, like the
Yes.
whole world. As
Absolutely.
in, like, we're all human. We should all be in this thing together. We should all have understanding for one another. There shouldn't be so much pain and, you know,
Yes.
just intentional hurt and
Yes.
betrayal, cause intentional heartache, to cause intentional pain, to
Yeah.
destroy somebody else's livelihood.
Their light.
Their life.
I love, this was probably the most artistic
Yes.
song I've probably ever heard.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best songs I've ever heard. I love how, like you pointed out, they started with the end, they ended with the beginning.
Yes.
So either way, whether it was really truly in this story a physical death because he couldn't handle his emotions, or it was a metaphorical death, which, you know, same sentence.
Yes.
The beginning is always after, because life is
soul lives
eternal.
on,
Life
yes.
is eternal, and hopefully, you know, the beginning means, you know, that dark part, that dark passion play, that, you know, negative self-loathe, that
Yes.
all of that is gone and has been, you know, removed, and
Yes.
now you're somebody new.
You
So
can learn from it. So important, and it is
Yes.
so important to open your heart and to love. But that means to love yourself as well. And to love yourself, you have to sometimes break your own heart.
that was Nightwish,
That was
the
epic.
Poet and the Pendulum, epic. As a lot of you probably can see by now, we have not done all the research you requested. We don't do that on this channel. We go in raw, rugged. That's the way we do.
Yep.
When you leave your comments below, please try to refrain from telling us the actual meanings of this song, because our next Nightwish Wednesday is going to be the actual interpretation of the Poet and the Pendulum during a live stream with you all, so we can
Yes.
find out what exactly the hell is going on here.
Yes, exactly.
So-
I have a really, really good idea. I'm really, really good at reading people. I'm really good at reading emotions.
Guys, thank you so much for, one, suggesting that to us, two,
Yes.
hanging out and watching that with us.
Yeah.
And like I said, guys, Nightwish Wednesday, we are going to find out the actual meaning
Yes.
of the Poet and the Pendulum. We like to interpret first,
Yes.
find out later. That's the fun of music to us. We love what you guys bring to us.
You're
but
encouraging.
You've been so encouraging on this one. We know there's got to be some deep cracks in this song that we want to explore. So come to our Nightwish Wednesday. In the community section, you will find the time we will be going live
Yes.
on Wednesday of next week, and that's what we will be doing during that stream. Other than that, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button.
And ring the bell so you know when we drop that next Nightwish hot-ish that y'all love.
That's right.
I think next will be the greatest show on earth.
I'm not sure. We'll have to
Something like
check, but
that?
that one's coming up for sure.
Yeah.
But
You guys said both of these. They're different, but they
Yes.
go hand in hand. So.
absolutely, I don't know what can compete with that, but I've said that about every one of these so far. So
I can't wait for our live discussion about this
Absolutely,
song.
so-
And to really break down each part as well, even deeper.
Yep.
It's going to be a blast.
So thank you guys for coming, hanging out with us.
Yes.
Let us tell you, you are important.
And you are beautiful in your love. Get out and do something that's all about you today, not about what society tells you to be. You get out and be you, because being you and being human is beautiful.
That's right, guys. Do not do any rash judgment. Life can be great. Life can be good. Life depends on you finding it. Please do that, because you are loved out there, and there is so much to be discovered. So
Yes.
we're going to end it on that. Always on a positive note. We will see you guys right back here on the next one, where her and I will be just as
Real. Peace, guys.
later.
Hey, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.
Yes, and if you want to get more involved with the videos or the channel, you guys can check the Patreon link in the description.
We appreciate your support so much. And remember to subscribe here, and you can find your favorite artist in a playlist right down here.
Later.
Peace, guys.